the young lady behind you want to respond. Are you a divided or whole person?
I'm divided.
And why do you say you're divided?
Because I don't believe that I'm done, that I've gone completely through this process. So I'm like teeter-totter kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I'm divided because I came into it sick in my mind and my body. I'm trying to get well, and I'm not completely 100% well. I'm still going through the process.
Nice.
So.
Do you take sides? Let's
Most,
say with
most,
the
most
abortion,
definitely, I do.
You do?
Yeah,
Between
and it has affected me personally.
what?
The
Taking
whole
sides?
situation. Yeah, the whole situation, the sickness that is out there in the world that everybody says, oh, I believe in that this isn't right or that's wrong, and I don't have to worry about it, doesn't affect me. Well, you say that today, but tomorrow it can affect you, and that's what happened in my life. My niece, well, she's not my niece, I guess. I don't know. I'm just like thrown
your
up
niece,
against
which
a
is
wall.
not your niece, you don't know?
Yeah, I mean,
You
I was
don't know
thrown
if
up
she's your
against a
niece or
wall.
not?
Well, she says that she's not. She's whatever. And the whole thing is just so sick that I just have to, it affected me. I love my family. And it was confusing. The whole situation came to me and slapped me in the face with it.
That she
And,
might not be your niece?
well, that's what she says.
She might be, she might not be.
I don't care
you know.
if she's a doorknob. I'll still love her. And that's what I told her. I love you no matter what you become, what you are, what you want to be. But it's confusing. And
Why were you affected by that personally?
Why was I affected? Because she changed her name. She says she's not a her, a thee, whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So it affected me. And even from writing a present, whose name do I put? I mean, how do you spell this name? It just was weird, the whole thing.
And so why were you, if you loved her, why were you affected by it?
I was affected by it because it in some respect, I wanted to just shake my brother's head off because, like, how in the world would you, not that he allowed, but in some respect, whether they're adults or not, if my kids were doing something crazy, I would know and I would have an opinion because that's why we have a voice.
How old is she?
At that time, I believe she was barely right on the cusp of 17, 18.
Okay. And so why did you want to shake your brother?
Because be a man. Be a man. Stand up. Have a voice.
And what gives you the right to have that opinion about him?
Because you can't, what gives me the right? I don't have a right. But I look at it like if you're hiding or if something's happening in your family, say you have a kid that's playing with matches all the time, lights the house on fire. You're not supposed to say anything. You're just supposed to let that happen because that child is exploring life. No, you teach them right from wrong.
But this is not your child.
I know that.
It's not in your house.
I know that.
And so why are you bothered by it, period? Why couldn't she just say, you know what, I'm a it?
She did.
And you're like, oh, okay, that's nice. And walk away. Not have an opinion about it at all. Why can you do it that way?
Because it's not right.
How do you know what's right for her?
I don't know what's right for her, but I know what's right and what teaches us in the Bible what's right and wrong.
But how do you know what's right for her?
Well, she gets to make her own rules in life, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's right for her. But there's been many a times where
Do you think she told God, you know what, God went over there to visit. He brought his son with him, Jesus.
He would have slapped her, I would think.
And God was like, hey, niece. You're like, I'm not a niece. Hey, girl. No, I'm not a girl.
Right.
Hey, whatever. And like, I'm a it. What do you think God would have, would God want to snatch the brother? Would God be all hurt on the inside? Would his day have been messed up?
Yes.
You think so?
I believe so. I believe
then
so.
If that's true, he made us all, right?
Right.
He brought us into the world, he can take us out, right?
But he brought us into this world whatever choice he decided, you go on this path, you go on this path, he didn't say you zigzag through life and sometime you'll figure it out.
No, he told us to take the right path.
Right, exactly.
He encouraged us to do that. But if we don't, and he's in charge, he doesn't seem to be caring about it at all.
I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's true.
Why not?
Because I believe he does care, and I believe that if we don't start opening our eyes and having a voice, that not only is things going to affect our families, our society, it's just going to be, there's something big.
Your family, your society.
This has affected my family.
So let me ask, when Christ was walking the earth and he was healing people, did he heal those who wanted to be healed or those who didn't want to be healed, and did he get mad at those who didn't want to be healed?
He was healing people that want to be healed.
And did he get angry or had an opinion or cared or affected by those who didn't want to be healed?
No, I don't think he was affected, but I think.
So why are you being affected?
I'm affected because I have love in my heart for somebody.
First. You don't think Christ was affected, right? If you didn't want it, he was okay with it.
I don't know. That I don't know. Now you're getting into really specifics. But, the thing about it is people say that it doesn't affect my family. Why should I care? It does. We are all children of God. We are all family.
We're not all children of God.
Well, not children, but we're supposed to be a big, huge, love is supposed to take over, and it's not.
Right.
I see a lot of hate, and I see a lot of changing.
But it will take over your life if you wanted it.
Yes, it will.
And why are you concerned about if it doesn't take over someone else's life?
I'm not concerned.
But why are you
I am
bothered?
concerned because it does. Because my nephew comes up to me and goes, I don't know if I have a brother or a sister. What? What do you mean? It's just
I understand why you're saying and why you feel. I'm not not understanding it. I do understand. I just want you to understand it.
It does affect me.
It does.
Yeah, I don't know whether to wrap the present blue or pink.
But why you buy a present?
Huh?
Why even buy one then?
Exactly, but because I've always been that person.
Are you going to stay that person?
Giving to somebody that may not have it, want them to. This is, I have been a good person to them. I feel like I have.
You've never been a good person to them.
Yes, I have. They say, I love you, Aunt Terry, where they wouldn't have said it before, so.
They said it because you gave them a gift, Aunt Terry.
No, because I continually tell them. It's
they had to say, I love you, Aunt Terry, for the gift because they want another
but I'm
gift.
A good person.
Not because they love Aunt Terry.
Well, I don't know. I just know that as a parent, you should stand up and
And if you were a
believe
good
it.
person, and you gave a gift, and then next thing you went back and the boy is a girl or the girl is a boy, you wouldn't be affected at all because you're a good person. You're doing it without any expectation, any feeling, any gratitude, anything.
I do that without any strings attached.
No, you don't. You're all upset right now.
No, I'm
You
upset
don't know
about the
if to put a
situation that
blue
she
piece
tried
of
to.
ribbon or a pink one.
I'm upset about somebody deciding tomorrow they want to be this when.
But you don't have a right to be upset about what someone else decides. You have no control over someone else's life.
I understand that.
You don't even have control of your own life.
I understand that.
And so what makes you think it's okay for you to be upset then?
I'm not upset at them. I don't show them I'm
No,
upset.
I said upset then. You say I am upset when someone...
I definitely, it doesn't affect my life, it affects me. I allow it to affect me. How about that?
Should it affect you?
Probably not, but
Should it affect you?
no.
And so now that you've been affected by it, why not overcome it? The effect.
Put my blinders on like everybody else does?
No, why don't you overcome it? When it affected you, it's good that you saw that it affected you and you realize it should not have affected you. Why not overcome that? How are you going to live in the world if you're...
I overcome it with love.
How are you going to live in the world if you're going to be affected by the world?
I'm not affected by the situation
You
because
are.
I am affected, but I just love that person.
You don't love that person.
I have to.
But you don't.
I do.
Why you have to love her?
because I loved her yesterday, I can't turn that love off and say tomorrow because you decided to wear pink or blue, I don't like you. No, I don't
But the
love you
love is
anymore.
turned off right now because you're affected.
My love is never turned off for her.
Then you would be affected. then.
For what? I wouldn't be affected if it was turned off?
Right.
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be affected with emotional love, fake love, but not real love. Because real love lets you do what you want to do.
Okay, yeah, you're right, but
Real love
is what
only
it
helps
is.
those who want to help. Real love are not affected by those who do not.
you're going to
just-
tell me that you believe that a child changing their body parts, cutting off body parts, and all this stuff that's going on in the society, the sick-minded ways, is okay?
I'm neither deciding that it's okay or not for them. It's not okay for me, but I have no judgment of those who are doing it. I would have before, so I know what you're saying, right? But in order to live in this world and not of it, not being affected by the world, you got to overcome it.
Okay, gotcha.
And if somebody else decides they want to cut their head off, okay. Happy head.
Heads rolling all over the
Yeah.
town. It's crazy. Crazy times, I'll tell you.
But these times are no different than when Jesus walked the earth. There's nothing new.
Wow. Maybe it's just you hear about it because whatever, everybody wants to tell everybody's their personal business. I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Jesus never
But I was
told his
correct.
personal business. His disciples never told their personal business. But that's the world. And if you want to be in this world and be of perfect peace, you got to overcome the world. If you're affected by the world, you will never overcome it.
Gotcha.
Unless you see, oh, okay, this situation affected me. Why? So that you could overcome it. And eventually you'll overcome the world and you won't be affected by it. Your mama can walk up and say she's a man now, and you wouldn't be affected at all. You will understand.
And we have to understand? Can't we have a
Understanding will cause you to love them and not judge them and not be affected by it.
unconditional love?
No.
No?
No such thing. Well, yeah, there is conditional love. For Christ, you have to be born again, right? You won't accept it as a norm, but you will not be affected by it. You will understand why they're doing what they're doing. You will see that they're possessed and they can't help it. You will see that so clearly, it makes you want to slap your mama. You ever want to slap your mama?
I want to slap my brother.
You will see and you will understand and you'll be protected from it. Because you will know why they're doing what they're doing. And the same spirit that's driving you to be affected, it's the same spirit that's driving them to do those things. It's no different.
Well, it does get me a little bit, as much as I don't get angry anymore, it stops me from overcome, when I sit in silence and stuff, it stops me from my process.
Yes.
And that,
Absolutely.
So in some essence, it does affect me. I allow it to stop me, like sometimes minds don't turn off.
And so now that you know you were affected by your niece and your brother, I guess, your brother, don't hold on to that. Realize, wow, why was I so bothered by it? They decided for whatever reason to do that. She want to do that, it's on her, I wish her well. But why am I affected by it? They told me about it, oh, okay. But why am I affected by it? So you can overcome it. So you got to hold on. When did you find this out?
I just recently found out they just kind of like
one
in
day
passing,
ago?
In
One day
passing,
ago?
nobody told me, and I was like, what?
I know, but like 1 day ago, 2 days ago?
Oh, about a month ago.
A month ago, and you're still affected by it.
Yeah.
You should not be affected by the world. How are you going to live in this world and be affected? I don't care if your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your children, you should not be affected by it.
Unless I made that choice for me. Then
If you did it for you, then that's on you.
you're right.
But what someone else does is none of your business. You should not be affected by it. An affected person is a lost person.
You've now told me that I'm a bad person and a lost person.
But you could be found. You're on your way.
Okay.
But you think you're a good person, so you sure ain't good.
Well, I
And
will
now
be.
you're affected, so you sure can't see. You saw that you're affected, but you didn't realize I need to calm down and overcome
I
this.
realized it because I know it stops my process.
Because next
And
time
it
you
makes
see
me
her,
sad.
you're not going to treat her with love,
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
God love that come through her. Come through you. And that may affect her, like, wow, my aunt she didn't judge me. She has no opinion about it. She's neither for or against it. She's just herself around me. What is that?
That's phony. That's fake.
It's fake?
No, well, I am, but I kind of talk myself through it when I run into her, when I see her, when I visit her. I just talk myself through it.
Right, but you want to overcome it so you don't have to talk yourself through it either.
Yeah,
Because when you talk to yourself, you're talking to the devil.
yeah.
You're worshiping the devil.
Okay, we're done with this. Here.
Yes. Oh, I saw his hand first, and then we're going to get right back to the biblical question.
Yeah, earlier what she was talking about, I think what she's trying to say is those people who are on the wrong path are like a cancer in society. And if you don't treat the cancer on time, it's going to kill the person. So,
well, why do you
those people,
think
if you don't-
Christ didn't treat the cancer? It's been around ever since human beings been around. It's nothing new under the sun, right?
Yeah.
So why didn't Christ stop and treat the cancer of those who didn't want the treatment?
Well, I mean,
He only treated those who wanted to be treated.
yeah, but I mean, it's going to affect everybody. If no one speaks up or says that that's wrong, I mean, if you love somebody, you're going to tell them what's right. Don't do this, because this is going to happen.
You have never changed one life by disagreeing with people like that.
Well, like if
You
you're
just,
raising your
as this young
children,
lady said, you felt good about speaking up because I'm on the right side and I'm a conservative and I know the right thing and I'm speaking up, so I feel good about it. That's it. Nobody changed.
yeah, but I mean, so a parent never changes a child's life then?
Yeah, from
Even
life to death.
They can give them advice their whole life and then they can still grow up and do whatever and
'Cause they
go
can't
on
cha-
the wrong path. But
Once they have changed their life from life to death, they can't change it back.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't them that did that. It was the spirit of evil that caused that to happen. It wasn't the parent stuff.
Mm-hmm. The doctor?
What?
The doctors?
What about the doctor?
Is God the doctor?
No, but we shouldn't allow the doctors to do this.
But if they want to take their kids to the doctor, let the doctor cut off their heads, that's fine.
That's-
Okay.
The doctors should take an oath to help and not hurt people.
Right.
Hello?
But you took an oath that you're going to love everyone, right?
Right?
But you don't love everyone.
But I'm not talking about me right now. I'm talking about a doctor. That
But-
starts
but-
with the doctor.
I know, but my point is, it's the same spirit.
Okay.
Just because he has a degree, he or she is serving the same spirit you are until they overcome it, and if they overcome it. Amazing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You just make sure you don't go to that doctor and they cut your body part off. I got to do this. I'm going to take here and then here because he's been waiting. Yes.
Yeah, just kind of in response, hearing all this is really interesting. And it's almost kind of like a savior's complex that we take on.
It's all ego.
Yeah, but really it's not a savior's complex, it's a Satan complex. Because Satan wants everybody. God just wants the one. He don't care about the 99. He wants the one that truly is seeking. And so yeah, it's interesting.
And God said, bring every thought into captivity. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. And so all the stuff we've discussed is all thoughts. So you're still worshiping the devil, thinking that you're worshiping God, but you're listening to thoughts. And the thoughts feel good, and you think that's God, you think you're right, and I'm just important, blah, blah, blah. It's all thoughts. Everything you just said is about thoughts. and all thoughts Satan pretend to be God. Look at your niece. You don't know what color the ribbon ought to be next time. Yeah. And then Satan said, look at your brother. Can you believe your brother let you shake him? And now you feel like shaking him. I'm a good person. I buy gifts. I'm an aunt. And how can they do this? And they didn't even tell me. I found out from somewhere else. Oh, right here. Yeah, let me take it right here now. Y'all understand this?
I do. Loud and clear.
All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. All thoughts are all lies. It ain't just about I hate my mom, I hate my daddy. The ego runs deep. And Satan is involved in everything. And Satan have the conservative walk around like they all that, and then condemning the Democrats or the liberals or whatever, right? And then the liberals walk around like they all that, condemning it, and it's just two devils fighting. And both devils are wrong. But both devils feel right.